Today, Precarious plays
Zone of the Enders. Oh, damage index is getting dicey.
You know,
Yeah.
what you were saying at the end of the last episode about having more managerial aspects to this game
Yes.
instead makes a lot of sense, especially thinking of Leo.
Yeah.
Because of how they open it, he's kind of being bullied, and it would be really interesting turn to the story if he had to step up and become a community leader and help organize. On top of flying around this awesome giant fighting robot that he happened to literally stumble into. And having to balance the idea of murder. You know.
Because then maybe he could have... You just got there in Peace Walker. You know how Amanda is a character, is an important character in the story?
Yeah.
And she gets injected into the... Well, actually, she and Miller both. They're injected into your base infrastructure, even though they're important story characters.
Yeah, so they're there, and you can set them to do stuff.
Yeah, although Amanda right now, she's acting as like a tutorial for the med bay, so
Yeah.
her leg is busted. Ugh. Oh, sorry, I'm just remembering the cutscene where her leg gets busted.
Yeah. You know, sometimes simple black and white illustrations in charcoal are just... I would argue that they're occasionally more wrenching.
Well, don't you remember what happened? She snapped her ankle, I think.
Yeah.
And then it got grappled.
Yeah.
And she got yoinked into the sky.
I know.
Which is just so unnecessary. Like, why would...
Because war is ugly.
But no, I mean, just... The thing had the right of it the first time. It aimed for center mass.
Yeah.
Why would it aim for her foot?
Maybe it
If
wasn't.
anything, it probably should have gone for one of the hands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I feel like I just accidentally stumbled into a secret.
Yeah.
Because these are 2 level 6s. And there's a program over there in the corner.
Well, speaking about things like... Okay, so the point of this game is supposedly that war is ugly and violence is bad. And yet, here we have awesome, cool, super
Oh, that's effective.
badass, well-designed robots.
Oh, that is effective.
So we have all these awesome robots being, like, really fun and sexy with the combat. There's... The ugliness factor is just really low here. You know?
Yeah.
There are lots of ugly things that happen in Metal Gear Solid games that are, you know, I guess they're a little more explicit, but...
Spoilers for the Metal Gear Solid series. Someone gets their eye shot out in pretty graphic detail. Fairly graphic detail. It's a close-up in slow motion, but you don't see, like, the eyeball goo, like, flying over the room. It's just like a splurt of something.
Well, that's ugly, but even just that broken ankle that we were talking about earlier, I mean, that's just mean and painful ugly. And there are also, there's relationship ugliness, like betrayal and fear and, you know, things like that. So that, all of that ugliness is in there. And this game is not ugly. Like, the closest, like, the thing that comes closest to depicting the ugliness of violence in this game...
It's probably like the attack on the church or the cutscene at the beginning where those kids get smashed.
Yeah, that was pretty ugly. But I was thinking about the fires.
Oh, yeah. Just all of the fires centralized in the towns, in the places labeled town.
That's the only thing, like, within the gameplay that I've looked at and gone, ooh, that's bad. That's bad. You know? I mean, you can throw damaged buildings everywhere, and I'm like, yeah, alright, it's just stuff. It's only money, you know? But when you see all those fires burning in the towns, that's a little bit moving. It's not anywhere approaching what it would take to make the premise of this game believable with, you know, like mesh back together with the gameplay aspects of it. But it is one thing that kind of reinforces the idea of the story that is there, that isn't a cutscene. It's something you play through and notice while you're going through the game. So 1 point.
Go along the valley toward the upper reaches of the river.
1 point. So what was your secret anyway?
My secret. Oh, I got Bounder. Powerful energy ball. Bounces off surface toward target. Oh, whoa! It's the weapon that it's the power attack for the raptors. Although, oh no, that was pretty good.
At least it's kind of cool that they gave it to you in a canyon. Although the coolness of it kind of undermines the story aspect of this game. Gosh, that's sad.
Yeah.
This is tragic.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
They gave me a fun new toy.
It is literally
which
a
is
bouncy
a weapon
ball.
of war. Yeah. Hey buddy, catch!
Oh.
Catch!
Well,
See, he threw one at me! We traded.
another thing that happens is that you can get to this point and be like, well, I'm a person playing this game, seeing all of this, and seeing how ironic it is that all of these toys and weapons do something so destructive, and maybe that irony can play into the meaning of that. But I think that that would be lost on the intended audience for this game at the time. Because, I mean, let's face it, most people thought video games were, oh, they're like kid stuff. You know, while we were growing up, because they were kid stuff because they were had
often,
to be.
I mean, whenever, think about it this way, if your contact with the device, if your contact with the device is you open something for like a Black Friday special because Christmas is coming up and you want to get your kid some cool thing.
Yeah.
And you see the original PlayStation or the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo Entertainment System or whatever. If you see it and it's just alongside all of these other toys, then what else are you going to do other than like imagine it, like just think of it as a toy?
Yeah, well, it's a very easy selling point. You know, buy this for the children. You don't want to pay attention to those people anyways. Here's you something that will, you know.
I know, I was raised by video games.
I was not, but, you know, I value them.
I think that's the big difference between our development. Is I was raised by video games and you were not.
I think that's what makes our dynamic interesting.
We have obtained the item.
Sorry, I blacked out there for a second. It sounded like someone said something snooty.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Go along the upper reaches of the river.
Let me see if I can't. Gauntlet! 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 I love Gauntlet. I loved it in the sequel, and I love it now. Because it's satisfying. Because it's a dinky little pew, right?
Yeah.
But it's a big solid mass. It's just this big weighty projectile, and if it comes into contact with something, it knocks them back. It's kind of like a long-range throw, like in effect. The lovely spike of damage that you can get from throwing someone, you can get it by using the gauntlet. Okay, yeah, arrow, am I... Oh wait, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. Hold on.
We have obtained the Metatron.
There, okay. I don't know why it wouldn't let me go in. You saw me, right? I was floating into the thing.
Yeah, I saw you. I just thought that was a piece of environment that we couldn't go into.
Maybe I wasn't floating strongly enough.
So here's our destination. Where's the entrance?
An
Indeed.
orbital frame is approaching us from above.
Oh,
Oh!
not who I thought it was going to be.
So it's you who got her all flustered.
I was expecting someone a little more, like scary attractive. Viola is scary attractive.
She is.
Yeah, she's attractive, but she's scary. I mean, she's pretty, but she's not like that.
So she's
pretty.
like one of those spider ladies? Or a harpy?
I'm not gonna say that about her.
Are you
She's
scared?
scary pretty.